Hello everyone, my name is Ned Finn. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be streaming The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus for a little bit today. I'm hoping everything is going to work out with stream. I had to close my streaming software briefly because I remembered that I wanted to readjust my streaming resolution, but everything appears to be okay. And it does appear that changing that has positively impacted the delay in the stream, theoretically at least. I don't know. It's you know, looks to be good enough. I'm gonna send out the old call, let people know. Hello, Born Loser in chat. Good to see you. As I was saying, I'm going to be playing a little bit of... Okay, that was peculiar. Is everything okay on stream? Alright. Okay. It looked like the stream ended for a moment there, but it looks fine-ish. Now, I don't know. I'm already paranoid. We're off to a fantastic start. And game volume is a little high. Duly noted. Let's see if I can fix that in my settings. Alright, how's that? You know, honestly, I'm not sure if I'm seeing that much of an improvement in terms of the delay. But oh well. I'm gonna have to, this is what I get for friggin' futzing with stuff. Anyway, we're gonna be playing with the third file. Much better. Okay, good. Okay. Gonna be playing with the third file, which is the file that I've always used for the channel. I'm taking a victory lap. I'm done with my finals. I still actually have a little bit of classwork left to do, but I'm done with my finals for the semester, which is a big relief off my shoulders for sure. And I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with a game that I'm actually theoretically good at. We'll see how well that translates to stream, but I think for the first run of the stream, and this is going to be several runs in a row because 2 hours is a lot of time to fill with the old Binding of Isaac, but we're gonna our first stream is gonna, or our first run for the stream is going to be with Isaac. We already have our treasure room, which is fantastic. The Game Kid is an okay pickup to begin with. I'm not thrilled to see it, but I'm not like super upset to see it either. It is something worthwhile. I'm gonna demonstrate its usability. Gives you the power pill effect from the pill effect. Have a key and a gold chest, which is a really good way to start off. I'll gladly take some money and an extra key. I would like to get in there, but if I can't, it's no big deal. Got a another tinted rock. Back there, there's no getting to that coin, and that is okay. I hope that I do alright on stream today. Ooh, sweet. Because I haven't actually played Isaac in a while. I've been occupying my time with other stuff. Born Loser, when does the new DLC come out? I'm not sure, actually. For the longest time, it was supposed to be December 31st, but now it seems like that might not be the case. I'm pretty sure I saw something on the Isaac sub that that it's being delayed again. So that's you know, not exactly what we want to see, but you know, it is what it is. And it did not seem to surprise many people, because I suppose the DLC has been delayed a number of times. I'm taking some dumb points of damage. On the other hand, this is a champion boss, so he's a little bit harder. That's not really an excuse, it's just an explanation of why I'm not playing as well as I could be. And yes, I agree. It's unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen the DLC come out by the end of the year, because I'm really curious. I know it includes a lot of like features and inspiration from the Anti-Birth mod, which is like this big expansion style mod that has been out there in the community for quite some time. Which I suppose I could download at some point, but I don't know what all that would require, because again, it's supposed to be quite extensive. New characters, new enemy types, all that jazz. Well, hopefully I'll have a... I mean, I think I've always played fairly well in the videos that I did for it. But it's my lack of recent experience that you know, I'm afraid that I've grown a bit rusty. I kind of wanted to hit that dude with my ball of bandages, but I'm not going to get close enough to fuck around with that. Good news is we do have a key. Get into this here treasure room. No, I should not have picked that up. Oh god, the broken mirror is not a great item. It's not terrible. It's not like the tiny, what is it? Tiny Planet? Tiny Planet sucks as an item. That's a real skill tester of an item, just to know, or not a skill tester, a knowledge tester. Same thing with like soy milk. There are just some items that you really shouldn't pick up unless you want to make life harder for yourself. Oh, come back. You're not allowed to run away from me. What Broken Mirror is effectively going to do, I'll take Flatworm, why not, is it's going to substantially curb our range with this sort of reversal effect. It's not as bad as I remember, honestly, but it's still not something that I'm jazzed to have. Do we want to play the Blood Machine? We could play the Blood Machine for a little bit. It's not going to negatively impact our chance of getting a Devil Deal. We might get something fun out of it. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of life out of this thing. Our luck isn't anything, so... Hey, we got a fly out of the deal, and a heart. I will take the heart. Oh, it's one of these frisky boys. I mean, I'll take the money. The money is nice. So yeah, I wanted to get it to blow up and potentially give me either... I mean, the blood bag is fine. The IV bag would have, or the portable IV would have been really nice. But whatever, we got some coinage out of the deal, and a free fly. There's nothing wrong with some orbitals. Good news is that our substantially reduced range is not going to impact us in this room whatsoever, because this room officially sucks. I feel very good about our chances of getting a Devil Deal over here, because it's very unlike... I mean, if we take any red heart health damage beyond what we have in terms of soul hearts, we will die, so that's sort of a moot point. Go. What is this? Bad gas? That's fine. And we have a cramped Krampus fight. How appropriate. See, there's my orbitals paying off. Oh gosh, I'm just running straight into laser beams here. See, this is where I would have loved to just, like, come in with the Game Kid, and we... See, Krampus's head isn't, like, a great item, but is it better than the Game Kid? Probably. I'll take Krampus's head, why not? Either way, it's not going to affect our likelihood of an angel room in the future. What am I doing? Where am I going? Do I want... I don't think I want to give up any more life on the old blood machine. Yeah, no, boss fights in tight spaces like that, especially something like Monstro is fine. Some of the Harbingers, the Horsemen are fine, but like, oh god, it's the Curse of the Maze, everyone's favorite. But a fight like with Krampus in a space like that, that's not easy. Don't know if you picked up on it, but my strategy ended up just being ramming him with my orbitals. I think I tanked like a bit of damage on there, but that's fine. I would have liked to have come into this, what is this, third floor? Yeah, third floor. I would have liked to have come in with some soul hearts, but not doing so isn't going to be, like, catastrophic or anything. It's just, it might slightly decrease our likelihood of getting a devil deal, but our chances of that already aren't, like, stellar. So it's kind of, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Oh, I just want to get rid of that thing before my boys come around. I'd really like some kind of a damage upgrade, either in this treasure room or the following. Come on. These guys are going to be a pain until I get rid of them. But yeah, a damage upgrade either in this item room here or after the next boss fight. It has been... There we go. It's been a while since I've done... Oh, good. HP up. The most, like, boring thing possible. I'm not complaining about it necessarily, but, you know. I would have liked something more spicy, like Death's Touch or something. It doesn't help necessarily that this is a less extensively played on file than my main file, so I don't have as many of the spicier items unlocked. Oh, shoot. Well, these things happen. Getting access to the Devil Deal depends largely on not taking any red heart damage. You can have soul hearts, which are the little, like, silvery blue hearts, or black hearts, which are black hearts. And you can take damage to those, and it's fine, but it's the red heart damage that you want to avoid taking to maintain the highest chance of getting access to making a deal with Old Scratch. And for complicated reasons, the devil deals are also, like, meeting those requirements also ties into getting access to angel rooms with other stuff added onto it. Do we want to buy some stuff in here? That's not a... Ooh, thank you. Gladly take that. And I'll take a bomb as well. That soul heart would have been nice, but it's not, you know. It's not a must-have. I will say it's fun to be playing something. Oh god, that just decimated him. That's phenomenal. I was gonna say it's fun to be playing something that I don't have to expend as much mental energy on, like crafting up a narrative alongside of it, which is basically all I've done for my channel, with the exception of the Battle for Middle-earth and Amnesia, which was very fun. Because, like, with RimWorld, there's lots of... I mean, there's narrative building to be done, and there's also just lots of management. Same thing with The Sims. Here I just kind of have to play the game and keep talking, which I can do. No problem. I would have liked to have not have Curse of the Lost, which prevents me from seeing the map, which, with my famously poor sense of directions, you can imagine, becomes an issue. See that right there? I'm being real fucking shifty with my my orbitals, doing damage with them. This sort of clipped range is not my favorite thing in the world, but you know, we'll manage. All we need to do is we need to find our item room, and then we need to find our boss room, preferably in that order. So we've come to a dead end, which I suppose is at least a good thing, because that's one less thing that we have to worry about. Remembering, hello, Anonymous in chat, I see you. I see that you're there. I see that you've commented. Just, yeah. A dream weapon lineup. That's a very good question. I mean, that kind of depends on the run. Like, Mom's Knife is very good. Brimstone is also very good. Between the two of them, I think I would prefer Mom's Knife slightly. But those are both items that prevent, or that replace your regular tiers with something else. So if I have, like, some really sick tier effects, I might even, like, turn down Mom's Knife and Brimstone. Seen tons of approaches at this game and interpretations. Do you mean, by that, do you mean, Anonymous, like, interpretations of, like, the game's sort of lore and deeper meaning, or you mean just like theory crafting about what works best from a gameplay standpoint? And to sort of succinctly answer the rest of your question, Anonymous, I mean, probably, generally speaking, some kind of penetrative tier effect, like, I think it's Cupid's arrow, the arrow item, whatever that is, or, like, Death's Touch is also nice. Or, I want to say it's Capricorn, that's the star sign that gives you penetrative tiers. Scorpio's alright. And a range upgrade, and maybe some kind of, like, multi-tier effect, like Third Eye, or... what do you call it? Oh, shoot, that didn't even... There we go. Well, that's not really... Wait, so 2 bombs to get 2 coins, which is not ideal. I'm gonna grab that key because it's discounted, and I want to feel like I'm doing something from it. See, I'm just derping my way directly into damage now. Let me see what Anonymous is saying. There's wildly different playstyles, theory, and lore. Blizzard approaches real methodical-like, and you seem like a madman who just flies around. I mean, honestly, like, there is... Like, there's a way to play this game defensively that's probably more advisable for the newer player. I'd like to attribute at least some of my sort of more maniacal movement to skill, but it might not be. It might just be some sort of impatience on my part. But generally, it's the way that enemies target you in this game, I guess it's just better to be moving generally if you kind of know what you're doing. There's probably stuff that I'm missing on this floor, but I don't really feel like running around like a chicken with my head cut off. floor by floor, and Gertie is a very deal-withable boss, and especially because we just ate a huge chunk of his health. I'd love to get some kind of like a battery storage item. Well, I guess there really is just the one battery storage item, which is the big battery, I want to say. Yeah, because the 9 volt does the other thing. So I think let's be aggressive with our devil deals. Let's take Gimpy, because Gimpy is always good. And let's take Spirit of the Night. We've got the health for it. And let's dive on in. Anonymous, if you're asking about me leaving hearts on the floor, it's probably just because I have full heart containers. I actually have a really bad habit of when I'm actually low on hearts, not picking them up because I'm so used to running with relatively low heart containers because I tend to so aggressively take devil deals. In particular, if we can find, what is it, the Whore of Babylon item in a devil deal, I will absolutely try to get myself down to 0 red hearts. Which can be a dangerous maneuver, especially if you don't have a way of generating more temporary health. But it is the plan. I will say, having this poison effect for these, like, half-invulnerable enemies is very nice. Of course, not if I actually run directly into them, but, you know. It is what it is. Oh, for fuck's sake. I feel like my my frame rate might be suffering just a wee bit. Possibly from the streaming, I don't know. Like, I haven't gotten any negative frame rate results. In previous streams, so I don't know exactly what the issue is. Hopefully it isn't anything to do with the new GeForce drivers that came out, because I know that those updated like today. Born Loser, what does Gimpy do? He increases, I think if memory serves, he increases or gives you a chance of dropping soul hearts when you take damage. That's the sweet suffering alluded to in his description. Not a bad effect. I mean, it essentially gives you a little reprieve if you're not playing that well, which honestly, given my foreseeable rustiness at the game, case in point there, not the worst thing in the world to have. This range is really, see, there you go, is not doing me any kind of favors. It also doesn't help that I'm not dodging. Forget Me Now effect is not a terrible idea. Let's... I don't want to risk activate. So what in these dice rooms, when you walk over the a certain part of the floor, it activates some kind of an effect based on how many pips are on the ground. Oh gosh, I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. I have an item for that. I was about to say I'm not looking forward to this room, but then I realized that I could just kind of fuck my way through it. Hold on. I'm seeing comments in chat that I want to get to, but I'm also trying desperately to avoid damage. Let's see here. Yes, I believe that would be Edmund McMillan, who was one of the designers on Super Meat Boy, who also was part of the original, like, core 2-person design team behind this game. Obviously, it's expanded since then, but it was originally, the original design was Edmund McMillan and Florian Himsel, who I believe is a Swiss developer? I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But I'm fairly sure with a name like that, he's from one of those Scandinavian countries. So now that we have our item for the floor, do we want to go in and fight 2 bosses for this floor or not? I don't think we do. I think we just want to kind of go here and... So what we just did there is we essentially re-rolled the whole floor. And, yeah, this game gets pretty weird and employs a lot of strange imagery and kind of unpleasant imagery. My wife is not a fan. Which is perfectly understandable. Mr. Boom is not a bad item, but he's no head of Krampus. I'm kind of really developing a strong affection for head of Krampus here, y'all. Getting a potential spam call, which I do not want to be seeing right now. I mean, I don't want to be seeing that anytime, really, but especially not during my stream. Come on. Leave me alone. Try to scam me some other time. It's also worth mentioning, and I think it's probably obvious at this point, but in case it's not, the Spirit of the Night item that we picked up in that devil deal gives us flight. And I think Spectral Tears as well. Yeah, they're flying straight through those rocks. And flight's always a good sort of utility thing to have. Yeah, that's what I call use of an item right there. Yes, I believe, if memory serves, I'm stealing the term Scandinavian from Yahtzee Croshaw. I think when he was talking about the big fella who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones as being from one of those Scandinavian countries, and it's such a wonderful term. That's like, I don't think it's offensive, and it gets the point across very well. So, you know. Aha! This is what I'm talking about. Is this Capricorn? No, it's Sagittarius that gives the penetrative. I knew it was the penetrative shot, I just didn't know which star sign it was. Damn it. Would have rather not been hit right there, but I guess that kind of goes for the whole game. Okay, you hear that maniacal laughter. That is Mom, who's coming to grab us with her horrible, meaty, disembodied hands. So we actually have a decent amount of coinage on us. I'm definitely going to buy that. Let's see what's in the mystery gift. Coin purse isn't terrible. Let's see what we get in terms of pills. Ooh, telepills. They've just brought me straight back to the beginning. Not exactly what I'm after. I could go into that that blue sword arena room in there, but I don't really feel like it, so I won't. Born Loser. This and Dark Souls came out in 2011. Very good observation. Good year for video games. 2011, as it turns out. I'm drowsy. And pheromones. Okay. So we got... Did we get anything fun out of all those pills? I mean, it's worthwhile to know what the pills do. The pill effects are randomized every run, but once you use a pill, you will be able to, like, identify it for the rest of the run. Unlike the tarot cards, which are consistent across the board. I probably should have saved Krampus's head for the second phase of this boss fight, but whatever. I think, yeah, this is definitely either I'm very slow right now, and I don't think I am, or this is a champion version of this boss, because this big angry mask is not usually this fast, I don't think. The good news is that I don't actually have to hit him in the back because I have my penetrative tears, which I'm a big fan of. And Squeezy, which I will gladly take, and it slightly increases my... That range is so rough, man. I really wish I... Like, I'd feel much better about this run if I hadn't picked up frickin' Cracked Mirror. Let's see here. I think Skyrim hit the same year. Yes. Skyrim was also 2011. It came out 11/11/11. And yes, Born Loser, I do know your feelings about Skyrim. Put a pin in that, because I've got something marginally related to say about that. Can't dispute its influence, for better or for worse, absolutely. What triggers a champion boss? Nothing in particular. There's a certain milestone you hit in the game after you've beaten Mom, which is like the game's first end game-ish boss, kind of. Although she very rapidly becomes a mid-game boss. But after you've beaten her 12 times, it triggers an achievement milestone thing called Everything is Terrible, which causes champion bosses to begin spawning. There's a couple of items, the purple heart trinket and the champion belt item that make champion bosses and enemies more likely to spawn. But other than that, it's just randomized. It's not a particularly high chance, but it you know, once Everything is Terrible is unlocked, it'll trigger. Now, that bet, if we had, if we were on low heart, red heart containers, if we didn't have any red heart health, we would be able to sleep in that. And actually, let's go ahead and. Oh, is that not gonna? Oh, that's not gonna let me. Fine, whatever. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We picked up something. We picked up a coin, maybe? Wasn't really paying attention. I forgot that the sacrifice rooms, which is what that thing with the spikes in the middle of it, won't bypass soul hearts like the blood machine will. Actually, there's something else we can do in that bedroom that I only learned relatively recently, although I think I knew it and then forgot it and then relearned it. We can actually bomb the center of that. So that's a passage to the next floor, which I don't really feel like using just yet, especially because we haven't even found our item room for this floor, which we definitely don't want to bypass. Boss room, maybe we could. Yes, Ian Kassane, Platinum God is, or not, I suppose it would be, the 1001 percentile completion. I don't know if that's called Platinum God or not, but that is for 100%ing the game across all 3 files. Neither of these items are particularly good. And yet I can choose from either of them, and I just don't want to. The Gigafart is just a thing, and then Data Miner, like, upsets the balance of the universe in a way that I have never really understood, and I mean, Krampus's head is, I feel like, a better item, so I'm just going to stick with that. See, this is a floor that I would like to re-roll, but I cannot. I did not mean to do that, so I'm going to blow it up in frustration. And I actually got my coin back. Hooray. Along with several others. But yeah, the that 1001% completion, I think that's what it's called, is something that I will never see. Aha, the big battery. This is what I'm talking about. This will actually let me store multiple charges for Krampus's head. That's very exciting. That got me nothing except a slightly higher chance of getting the Devil Deal, but I will take it. Like, I'm not gonna be able to, like, beat bosses with the Lost, or even, like, the Keeper all the time, which are 2 of the harder characters to deal with. And that's something that I've come to accept about myself. Ian Kassane, what is my favorite character to play with? I'm quite partial to, what's his face? Samson. For general runs, I think that his ability is quite good. For greed runs, I cannot get enough of Lilith. I think Lilith is terrific for greed runs. I know that fellow streamer Big Country is a big fan, ironically enough, of I guess that's not really irony. That's just a weird coincidence. Is a big fan of Azazel, and Azazel's good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just taking stupid damage from Mom now. I know he's a big fan of Azazel, and Azazel has his perks, but I'm not a huge fan of his limited range. That's my big issue with Azazel. But, you know, starting out some kind of brimstone. See, neither of these devil deals really appeal to me presently because, I mean, little brimstone would be kind of cool to have, but Lord of the Pit is pointless because it would just give us flight. Let me see my chats, by the way, when you get to the boss run. Yes, yes, thank you for the pro tip, Ian Kassane. That is something that I'm aware of. But I appreciate the advice nonetheless. And thank you for showing up in the stream. I'm not usually blessed with the presence of randos, so I very much appreciate it. Now, what item do I have? Oh, that's right, I picked up the map. I was like, why is the whole floor revealed to me? Here I am trying to convince people that I know what I'm doing, and I'm immediately taking dumb damage. Excuse me. That will not be the last sneeze. Most assuredly. And also, Ian Kassane, who says I'm gonna end up with boss rush? That is, yeah, no, we're already well past the chance of getting boss rush, which is fine. I was about to say I've already gotten boss rush with Isaac, not on this file, but that's okay. I'm not sure if our Forget Me Now room counted against my time or not. I don't think it does. I think that the timer resets as well. But, come on, dude. Just say aw. Thank you. Now, Tapeworm is... Finally, we have something to counteract our terrible range. How lovely. And actually turn... Cracked Mirror into a somewhat worthwhile item. I will gladly double my bombs. I was about to say double my clubs. That sounds like a southern expression almost. Well, double my clubs. And we just got punked by Mom's hand there. Let's go back and actually get our health. Let's not run into the next boss fight like a complete maniac. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Well, we do have a double Krampus charge, which I just immediately wasted. And we are fighting against Skolex, who's, like, not the best guy to be dealing with. Poison Tears does help, but he is, much like the Asylum Demon, only really vulnerable in his butt area. And me without my pyromancy flame. See, look at this. Frickin' Tapeworm has actually made our tear effect not god-awful. I feel like I very nearly headbutted a random projectile there, which would have made me feel very silly. Come on. Jesus Juice. I would like health up of some kind, but Jesus Juice is alright. That's a damage up. Which, honestly, that is our first damage upgrade of this run. That is freaking wild, y'all. We're doing okay for having below 5 damage. In Utero 2, we're not doing too terrible at all. I'd love to get any kind of soul hearts. Regular red heart health is not ideal. Dear audience, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am relatively confident that we are going to perish on this floor. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not loving our chances right now, especially with us being unable to put out the kind of DPS needed to like quickly remove threats, and us only having half a heart of health. Flight does help us avoid some of these hazards. I'm not gonna lie, but telepills, we got more bad gas, which is just not what I'm after. See? Just took unfortunate damage there. We have literally 1 hit left, and then we will die. We just need to clear this little girdling out of the way. My little unicorn isn't a terrible item, but I think I prefer my current loadout. I am seeing, let's see here, shouldn't... Ian is saying that's not a bad point. Blowing up the beggar wouldn't have been... I mean, I don't know if... Or not the beggars, the little shell game guys. Do they actually give out soul hearts? I don't think they do. But let's hit up our devil room real quick. See, just a doorway down is not really what I'm looking for. I wanted something like Abaddon, which could have actually given us more hearts. Oh, Jesus. Oh, goodness. Gimpy coming in for the little bit of a salvation there. Oh, boy. People? Good folks of my audience. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. We have found a very valuable item. I would not normally exchange anything for the Head of Krampus at this point. I've actually grown rather attached to it. But we just found Book of Revelation, which allows us to generate soul hearts. So we are going to cling to that for dear life. Because that is going to be the one thing that is going to keep us alive. I'm pretty sure that we are currently sitting, and actually am going to... have a good grope of the Bible, just so that we have a potential of getting Bookworm if we can find another book, or pick up like the Satanic Bible or something in a devil deal, which I would exchange Book of Rev for. I'm just gonna kind of play a distance game here, and just kind of spam out my tears, and just not get hit by any projectiles, hopefully. Yeah, Book of Revelation is a very useful item. Not to mention, like, I should not have gotten that close to that little dip there. That was potentially very bad. Especially because since we are on the later floors, I'm going to be afflicted with the fact that, all enemies do a full heart of health now. If we could get something like the wafer, we could actually change that fact. The wafer or cancer, the star sign, not the trinket. But for now, just kind of... Oh my gosh, did you see that? I did not take a point of damage there. That was... remarkable little bit of navigation right there that I'm going to lay entirely down to skill and not luck. Fuck you. Ooh. Ian Kasane, that is a good point. So here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I don't know if we've got enough rooms left to fully charge that up. But Ian Kasane makes a very good point that we can use the Bible to kill Mom's heart. No, with it... Duh, we didn't activate it. Okay, folks, here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to continue to fight our way through this floor. We're going to charge up Book of Rev as best we can. Hopefully, we're still at, I believe, 4 hearts, 2 red hearts, and 2 soul hearts. We're gonna get another charge of this thing going. Gonna pop it. We're gonna exchange it for... You know, I probably shouldn't be fucking around with these other rooms. But whatever. But yeah. Gonna pop that. So we should now be at 5 hearts in total. We're gonna grab the Bible. We're gonna use it to kill Mom's heart. Then... Oh god, that was dumb, but I did get my damage back. Okay, that net positive right there. I just ran into a spiked chest, which is not ideal and a very good indication that I don't know what I'm doing and I should stop playing this game. But we're gonna, like I said, use the Bible to kill Mom's heart. That was dumb damage. Not ideal, folks, not ideal. We hate to see it. Gonna go ahead. Oh no, we just were able to pick up that red heart, which means I do not have as much health as I thought I did. But, in any event, to do that, then we are going to go back, and we are going to grab the Book of Revelation. Thank you, Ian Cassane. You have saved me a lot of difficulty. I kind of forgot that you could actually use the Bible to kill Mom's heart. I knew you could... I've always known that you could use it to kill Mom, but I mean, by this point, like, as much as I did take some dumb points of damage when I was fighting her, she's a fairly trivial boss fight in the grand scheme of things. But yes, so that saved me some anguish, and possibly death. So thank you, Ian Cassane. Give the key bomb your keys as well. Is there a key bomb somewhere? Oh, there was, duh, in the library. Is not a bad point. Usually I am like so quick to murder the beggars, but it's not like keys are going to do me a huge load of benefit in the immediate term. That's a good item. I would have liked to have had Goat's Head going into the Mom's Heart fight, but I'll take it now. And you know what? I am still going to blow him up because I've gotten my use out of him. So goodbye, sir. There we go. And we get a free bomb out of it. Fine. Can we pick up a heart? So we know that we have at least 2 heart containers. Yay. Yes. Indeed. So Ian Cassane is up in here, up in chat. Well, I'm in front of all my friends, making me look like I don't know what I'm doing, which, of course, for the record, I don't. Oh my gosh. Oh, right, duh, because we already had access to that because we popped the Joker card. Okay. So we have literally 2 doorways. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so I forgot, because this is still one of my earlier files, we don't have to fuck around with any other nonsense. So we've just unlocked Blue Baby, or I guess question mark to play with, so that's nice, I think. Yes, we did. Okay, lovely jubbly. And we've unlocked the Blue Womb, which contains the boss Hush, who's a real bear to deal with. But yeah, okay, so, literally 20 minutes into the stream, no, excuse me, not 20 minutes, 50 minutes into the stream, thereabouts, we have completed the first run. We're going to continue on to our second run of the stream. So we have Isaac, Magdalene, Cain, Judas, the newly unlocked question mark, Eve, Samson, Azazel, Lazarus, and Eden. Let's show off what question mark's deal is. Knowing me and knowing my general skill, because I'm not great with Blue Baby, let's roll with him just to show off, like I said, what his deal is, and then we'll probably die, and then we'll come in for another run. But yeah, so Blue Baby's whole thing is he starts off with stats fairly similar to Isaac's. I think he's a little bit faster and he does a little bit more damage. He also starts with the item the Poop, which lets you generate poops. And I don't really think I want Bumbo. Spider Bite is fine. Oh, and I don't start off with a bomb, which is a shame, because otherwise I would have blown up that Tinted Rock over there. But the real challenge with Blue Baby is that he cannot gain any red heart containers. If you have something that would, if you gain an item that would give you a red heart container, it just gives you another soul heart, which is pretty soul crushing, ironically enough. Speaking of soul crushing, I'm now seeing 2 Tinted Rocks, and I can't get access to either of them. Because I don't have any bombs. And yes, Ian Kassane, I am very aware that Blue Baby is not ideal, but I am going to play with him again just to demo his whole deal. Gosh, this is really a bad corner to be in. I don't think I'll have time for, like, a whole, like, 3 runs. So that is another thing. Ooh, but we do have a bomb now. Terrific. Okay, another soul heart. That's sort of uninspiring. I would have liked to have gotten a bomb to get access to the other Tinted Rocks. But whatever. Yes. To Ian Kassane's point, Dark Bum is possibly one of my favorite pickups from the Devil Room, although right now, fuck it, let's tower this shit up. Okay, that did him like 1 point of damage. Well, not 1 point of damage, but like I think only 1 bomb hit him. But it's fine. Just kind of focusing on dancing around the damage here, folks. See, Spider Bite doing some good work there, slowing him down just a tish. Okay, so we got Ball of Band-Aids again. Yes, Ian Kassane, I am aware of the presence of the Tinted Rock in the item room, but unfortunately, I do not have the bombs to get into it, so I must demur on taking advantage of that. Unless there was some, like, pushable explosive barrel that I missed, and, in which case I feel like a silly sausage. Curse of Darkness is, like, the least awful curse, so I'll happily take it. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Ian Kassane, I must, and I'm gonna double check that I'm saying that right. Yes, I am. I must commend you for even finding this stream, because I'm pretty sure I still have the game for this stream tagged as The Sims 4, which actually, once I'm done with this room, let's be a real fucking pro about this. Actually, yeah, let's... change back to that. Good. Okay. Cool. See, I'm being a professional. God, I am a professional was like the go-to joke back in my as of yet decidedly unfinished Dishonored. I was about to say Dishonored stream, Dishonored Let's Play. Should I go back and like finish that up on stream? Because that could be kind of fun. I don't know, sound off in chat. If y'all want to see me me go through my Dishonored Flesh and Steel run on stream, because that could be a neat experience. And to Ian Kassan's point, I could have gone into the store. There could have been a little sale going on, but that's a pretty narrow corner case, and I'd much rather have access to my item room on the subsequent floors. But you are not wrong in terms of that being a possibility. And I will say, for the for the record, for anyone who is interested, for Binding of Isaac streams and my Sims 4 series, which is currently like the kind of go-to thing that I'm doing, and any other streams, I stream Tuesdays, and there's an alarm, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Currently, I'm doing 3:30 to 5:30. That's kind of been my go-to, which has worked out pretty well. And Anonymous, I do see that you have said something in chat, and I will deal with that as soon as I'm done with Envy here. He's a real big pain in the neck for reasons that should be becoming obvious at this point, that he likes to split himself into little versions of himself. And I just stepped directly over Spike's losing a whole heart of health. Not ideal, but as I said, I don't think I'm actually going to finish this here run with Blue Baby. And we have a bomb, which is not bad. Feels like he's avoiding Outlast, TBH. Okay. I am not avoiding Outlast. I am going to do Outlast as soon as my wife is available to stream alongside me, because that is not an experience I'm going to subject myself to alone. Okay. And frickin' Turdling over here is immediately ironically wrecking my shit. Oh gosh. I'm still going to try to play competently. You know, to give it the old college try. But I'm not... I might be able to survive this boss fight, like, what's his name? Dingle's pattern is fairly predictable. I just got ganked early on because I wasn't paying attention. But I fear that I am not long for this world. But yeah, as soon as a Tuesday or Thursday comes along where my wife is available in the afternoon, when she's not hard at work, doing the very important business that she does, we will sit down at this desk with our little headphone splitter, and you will see the mental breakdown of a full-grown man on stream, and I'm sure that you will all get a real kick out of that. See, like, both of these are items that I would love to take under normal circumstances, but I cannot, because I do not have the hearts for it. Well, you say that, Anonymous. You say that, you kid, but as my mother always said, there's a little bit of truth in everything you say. But what character do we think we want to roll with for the inevitable third run of the stream? Because this I'm not particularly confident in Blue Baby's survivability here, especially with only half a heart of health. I can take literally one hit now before going down like a sack of crap. And there it is. I was literally killed by running directly into a fly. And Ian Cassane, I believe you're thinking of Dead Cat. Shit, I did not mean to do that. I don't think Guppy's Tail gives you back a heart, unless I'm very wrong, which I might be. Does Guppy's Tail give you a like a soul heart in return? I know there are some things like sacrificial robes, I want to say is what it's called. Is something that gives you like a heart back. Born Loser says something strong. So Ian Cassane is up in chat with like Anonymous says, with frickin' shenanigans now. Okay. Duly noted. See, my technical gameplay is not the best, but I have a fairly, I know what items do, alright? Don't try to fuck with me, I'll call you out on it. So Born Loser says something strong. Let's go with Samson, who's really good. So Samson's whole deal, if you're not aware, is when he takes damage, I'm just going to do this for demonstration. When he takes damage, he gets a floor-long boost to his damage. Pyromaniac is a good starting item. It's not exciting, it's not sexy, but it is 99 bombs, and that's a pretty good utility item, I'm gonna say. So what we really want to find with Samson is an arcade with a blood machine in it. We play that blood machine until we can get the portable IV, at which point our life becomes very easy, almost trivially so. But having like auto-scaling damage, literally based upon like how poorly you're doing, is it's real good. And like he can get up to a 7.5 point damage boost, I believe, on a given floor. It caps out at that, but like your damage can get pretty high. Shit, I got trapped against that rock there, but again, getting more damage out of it, so it's all right. And see, that was just silly damage that I should not have taken, but it's whatever. Oh gosh. Okay, at this point, I am going to, I'm going to claim handicap here in terms of my poor performance. I have suffered a finger-related injury of late, which is terribly, terribly ironic for reasons that I will get into as soon as I read what Ian Cassane has put in chat. Sacrifice. When you have half soul heart, because it'll take the soul heart instead. Yes. Actually, fuck it. I will do the, well, we're already done with the floor. Sacrifice room wouldn't have been a bad idea. I think I might have actually taken half a red heart as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. But in any event, that ship has sailed by this point. I'm getting calls from New Orleans, LA. Which is annoying. It's all spam. But yes, I worked grocery retail for 7 years. The last 2 of those years, I spent a great deal of time doing cut fruit with a very sizable series of knives. With a series of very sizable knives, I should say. These dudes are hiding in the frickin' rocks. And at most, I might have, like, given myself a little nick. Maybe once or twice. Actually, fuck it, I can blow these dudes up. Then yesterday, I'm chopping up sweet potatoes in the morning because I'm going to fry some up for breakfast. Not even for me, it was for my wife. This was a purely altruistic act. And my knife slips, and I, like, gash the heck out of my finger, to the point that, like, I put a bandage on it yesterday after I received my grievous injury, and changed the bandage this morning. This happened yesterday morning, the initial wound, and, like, it was still starting to, like, low-key bleed a little bit. Like, I have suffered a true wound that might very likely leave a scar, and I am doing my hardest to utilize that finger in a very dexterity-heavy game. So I'm going to ascribe all of my misplays, all of my tactical errors even, not to any kind of deficit in me as a Binding of Isaac player, but to this one injury to this one finger. That's going to be my excuse. Yes, Ink saying blowing up pots does give me a chance of coins, which under normal circumstances I'd be a little bit more reticent about, because it's not a super high chance, although I did just do it first try. But on the other hand, I have 99 bombs, so why the heck not? Especially because I just got a frickin' nickel out of that. Which ain't bad, and fuck it, let's get these other coins as well. What would be really nice is if we could get, the Lucky Rock. There's not a secret room there. I don't know what I was thinking. If we got Lucky Rock, then we could just be swimming in coins almost immediately. Because Lucky Rock it's a trinket, which almost guarantees every rock you blow up is gonna yield a coin, and that was dumb damage. And we have functionally infinite bombs. Like, you're not going to use, even going crazy, we're not going to use all these damn bombs, and we are going to find extra bombs as we go along. Now, I will say that there's also a point that, or there's also a chance that blowing up pots will generate spiders. So it's not all lollipops and fucking rainbows. But if I cannot deal with spiders, then I have no right to be playing this game. And no, Born Loser, that is not a shot across the bow at you, although I could understand how it would be interpreted as such. See, more bombs. It's terrific. Okay, so the game just wants me to have bombs, apparently. Fine. I am okay with that. I'd rather have an abundance of bombs, or an abundance, if you will. You probably won't, but I will. Than be lacking them when I need them most. Range down, which is not ideal. Bad trip, which is also not ideal, but it did give me a little damage boost, so I'm not totally upset about it. I don't know if I've ever found a quarter in, See, that was stupid. See, here I am saying that I can deal with spiders, and then I run immediately into one. I don't think I've ever found a quarter in a jar. I suppose it's conceivably possible. Because I guess every time that the game generates, like, spawns a coin, it just rolls for what kind of coin that it is. So I guess it's possible, but it's not something that I've ever seen personally. But that doesn't mean that it's, you know, beyond all likelihood. Let's go ahead and see if we can't buy another heart. Ooh, the ladder's a good item, though. Well, we got all the bombs in the world, so let's... Head of the Keeper is a good item. Not enough. It's not going to yield anything enough to buy the ladder, which is unfortunate. But I will take Head of the Keeper. Conceivably, we could, like, stick around and just fire off until we generated enough coins. I think that's how this item works. But, I feel like that's lame and boring. Yeah, no, bombs are key at this point would kind of make me sad at this point. Like, having functionally infinite keys is not terrible, but there are more circumstances in which bombs are useful. Speaking of which, actually, let's see if we can't find our secret rooms, because we have more than enough resources to search for them. I feel like coin generation off of these tiers is going to increase with luck, so if we can get some luck up items, that would be exciting. Ooh, on a relatively low chance, we got our devil deal. Or a devil room. Let's see what's actually available for us. 2 black hearts is fine. Should we pick up little brimstone? I don't see why not. So now we have a little friend who can do this. Blur. It's fine. Okay, let's find... Yeah, super secret room first off. This is not of use to me, but it's good to know that I have it. Let's see here. If I were a secret room, where would I spawn? Possibly here? No. Possibly, hold on. Possibly here? No. Ooh, maybe over, could be somewhere around here. The problem is that there's no, like, clear candidate for where our secret room might be, so we're just gonna have to kind of stab around in the dark, which I'm perfectly comfortable doing. Just kind of... Aha! Found it! And for all of our effort, we get 2 more bombs and a shopkeeper, which I will blow up. And he threw spiders at me as a final FU, so... Whatever. It could be worse. Now, plucking out that pin from earlier. Born Loser, you were talking about 2011 as an influential year in games. That's when the original Binding of Isaac came out, not the not this version, which is Rebirth, but the original Flash version came out in 2011. Dark Souls came out in 2011, and Skyrim also came out in 2011. And you were obliquely referencing your ill fondness for the old Bethesda RPGs. At that point, I was actually thinking, now I don't know how well disposed you would be towards this in a stream form rather than playing it, but I was actually just, while I was out driving the other day, like, toying around with the idea that a Morrowind stream could be kind of fun if I set out to do something which I've never done before, which is to kill the entire tribunal, which is the 3 deities that are most widely worshipped in on Vardenfell, and I guess across the province of Morrowind more broadly. But then I realized that Morrowind is a fairly slow-paced game, and I do not think that I have... For fuck's sake, I'm just walking over creep like a moron. I do not think that I have the effervescent personality needed to keep something like that fully interesting, even with having a relatively interesting goal of killing all the gods. Within a particular pantheon, at least. But who knows? Maybe I'll do a Morrowind stream one of these days. Who knows? Because I am very fond of the game, even though it is kind of clunky, and by kind of clunky, I mean it handles like a bucket of rocks. But that lends that lends to its charm, in my opinion. You know, I mean, who really needs to hit an enemy every time you swing your sword directly in their face anyway? You know, that's so gauche. That's so modern thinking. Back in my day, we could brew potions wherever, and when you tried to enchant things, sometimes shit could just fail. So as much as Gimpy had been a lovely benefit to us, re-rolling that did yield the wafer. So I feel pretty good about that. The wafer, for those curious, it is a reference. It is a communion wafer. It is a Eucharist, or part of the... Now, is the Eucharist the entire communion, or is it just the wafer? I don't know. Someone in chat, look that up for me. You don't actually have to, but I'm curious now. I think the Eucharist just references the wafer, but it might be the whole communion thing. I don't know. From Born Loser, from what I've seen, Morrowind has my interest much more than Skyrim. You say that now, but you're not ready for the glacial movement speed of Morrowind when you first start out, because the world of Morrowind, like the actual game world, is quite small. I have a mod that lets me turn up the extend the draw distance, and my goodness, like you can be standing in one city and see other cities very easily. And so in order to sort of cloak that fact, first of all, the draw distance is quite short, sort of base game. That's somewhat to the technical limits of the game. It was 2002, after all. I want to say that's around the same time that first Silent Hill came out. Maybe I might be dead wrong about that, but I know that that's a game that also had a quite short draw distance. See, now I'm like very confident that Silent Hill did not come out in 2002. Devil Deal. I will gladly take up 2 more red hearts, and why not grab the Goat's Head while we're at it. Goat's Head, incidentally, guarantees you access to a Devil Deal. That's why I'm so eager to take it. We have 40 minutes left on stream, although I'm actually probably going to cut the stream a little bit short because I do have my final class meeting. Ian saying goodbye. Thank you so much for being in chat. I really do appreciate the appearance of someone that I don't personally know showing up in the stream. So thank you, and have a good rest of your day. So I don't know if it was the game or just sheer dumb luck, but I am very thrilled to have had God, that was dumb. Actual rando show up in the stream. It's an exciting development. Of course, that's what we all thought was happening initially when you showed up in chat anonymous, but then the true identity was revealed, and the world frankly made more sense. But hey, I will gladly welcome some new blood in the stream. Who knows? They might even show up. Although if they showed up for the Binding of Isaac, then they probably will be less interested. It's like, ooh, he's playing The Sims 4, every hardcore gamer's favorite game. Which is not to, indulge in the whole, The Sims isn't a real video game argument, because it definitely is. You were gonna lurk forever, Anonymous, and then Big Country had the indecency to reveal you. These dudes, I fucking hate these enemies. These guys that like can regenerate, just the worst. Mom's knife is something that like carves these dudes up like fucking turducken. But hey, at least all that firing did yield a lot of coins. But, Born Loser with the hot take, Sims is better than Skyrim. As someone who is a big fan of the Sims series, I'm not even sure if I would agree with that. I mean, they're sort of, what's the guy? There's a theologist. Well, I don't know if he's a theologist. He's a Christian apologist. Who's one of those three name having motherfuckers whose name is completely escaping me right now. But he coined the term non-overlapping magisteria to describe like to basically say that like science and religion shouldn't like that there's like an infinite amount of daylight between those two subjects. But anyway, I feel like a comparison between Morrowind and not Morrowind and Skyrim, but The Sims and Skyrim is kind of a non-overlapping magisteria situation, because like you're coming to those for two very different experiences. Tried a Skyrim game, got told to walk to a mountain, and walked for 3 hours. Well, you know, there's a lot of walking to be done, and there's no less walking to be done in Morrowind, by the by. Oh, that's one way to deal with it. Incidentally, if you're wondering as to why there's the mass room damage, that is the upside of the black hearts. Oh gosh, that was unfortunate. That when you lose a black heart, it does the Necronomicon effect, which is mass room damage. Picking up the broken stopwatch isn't a terrible idea, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I'd much rather have the actual stopwatch, which is a much better item. Store upgrade level 3, sweet. I think that'll kick in the next time that I'm in a store. Yeah, no, I can understand that, Anonymous, that if you're not in a mindset to have a fairly unstructured experience, a game like Skyrim or Oblivion for that matter, can be you know, a little bit just not what you're looking for. I still remember Born Loser's story about his first experience with Oblivion, where he finished up the he bought the game, finished up the tutorial dungeon, walked out, saw the grand expanse before him, promptly turned off the game and returned it, which I can understand that. And honestly, Morrowind is no better about that than Skyrim or Oblivion. If anything, it might conceivably be worse. Because at least, like, for better or for worse, Oblivion and Skyrim both have a thing where the main quest is thrust into your face very, very, like, clearly. You know, you have the death of... In Oblivion, you have the death of the Emperor. Like, you gotta bring this thing to a dude, and then, like, the next thing you end up getting into... Oh god, I want to play this blood machine so bad, but we don't really have the health to be doing that. But I'm gonna do it just a little bit, just to see if we can't get lucky. We did not get lucky, so I'm going to blow up everything in a rage. And to very little avail, for that matter. Do we have another store? We've already been into our store, and there are no more soul hearts there. We might have effed ourselves just a little bit with that maneuver with the blood machine. Probably shouldn't have done it, but our damage is quite good. So hopefully we'll get some kind of... Actually, what am I doing? Let's actually make sure to pick up an item to restore that half a heart. So we're not going in like a total weenie. Yes, I did get greedy. The good news is that we're up against Gertie, who's an extremely predictable boss. This might be a champion version of him. Not sure. Don't want to get hit by those flies. I'd feel like a real ninny if I did that. He does not appear to be throwing out any kind of projectiles. He's just spawning lots of flies. which I have no real problem with. Because that means I can just camp my ass down and shoot at him until he dies. So the screw is an okay item. Let's see what our devil room has for us. Okay, y'all, we're going to get... Speaking of greed, we're going to get incredibly greedy because we're going to pick up Mom's knife. We are down... That was... I'm already regretting my decision. I do not feel good about what I have done. But we have Mom's knife now, so at least I'll be able to show off what one of my more preferred items in the game does. Mom's knife, low-key wrecks house. And it's a little bit less obvious what it does with Mr. Brimstone next to me, firing off his blood lasers. Oh, God. I can't take damage, y'all. It's a bad idea to do that. Holy shot is not really what I want right now. I don't even know if Holy Shot has an effect on Mom's knife. It might. Just blow up the dresser. Telepills, not what I'm looking for. 48-hour energy is not what I'm looking for. I can see forever is an okay item. I would really liked the balls of steel effect, because that would have given us 2 soul hearts. Give me something like the Hierophant, folks. Amnesia is not a good item, or is not a good effect. Okay, so Holy Shot does work with Mom's knife. Good to know, I suppose. Guys, like, even if I'd gotten the IV bag from that little, stunt I pulled, like, it wouldn't have been worth it. Not for the amount of damage that I had to do to myself with no real way of recovering it. It was just an all-around bad decision, and I feel bad for having made it. Let's just fuck this guy up with a laser beam. Let's not get close. Let's not put ourselves at undue risk. Okay, so you see, we already have a good outcome from having upgraded our store earlier. We now have access to more items. More options is an okay thing. Nightlight is an okay-ish item. It slows down enemies in its spread, which is all well and good. Greed is not great, but okay. I mean, Steam Sale is not a bad item, and we killed him almost immediately. See, that's the thing, is that, like, even with our damage at 3.5, Mom's knife is so freaking good that, like, we can take most enemies out pretty quickly. I would love it if our range was just a little bit better. But on the other hand, we have little Brimstone to take care of that, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. I'm starting to feel my throat get a little bit tired, which I normally don't do, but it's because in all my other games, like, I don't have a problem. Strength is a good card to have right now, folks. And that's also very good to have. Cool, 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 cool. Watch me lose that black heart almost immediately. But anyway, I feel like I'm tracing down like 3 different thought threads at once. I want to get back to making my point about Morrowind. Yeah, I'm not going into that arena room. I don't care if it's a boss arena or a regular arena. It's not worth it. I feel like I was going to say something else Isaac related, and I've also lost track of that thought thread. I do not want to hit one of these fucking skull dudes. I really don't. I would feel bad if I did. Anyway, I'll just make my point about... Gosh, I very nearly got hit by that bone. Glad I didn't. Oh yeah, I was saying that normally I... Oh, stupid psychic bastard. Have we found our treasure room for this floor? Did we find Holy Shot on this floor? I guess we did. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, normally I'm chugging water like a motherfucker, but because, like, Isaac takes up a lot more of my, oh god, the bloat is not what I want to be fighting. This is, like, very likely gonna kill us, unless it doesn't. Thank goodness for Mom's Knife, because the bloat is a terrible boss. I hate him. Like, there is a reason why fuck the bloat is, like, a common expression within the Isaac community. However, he dropped a Soul Heart and Mr. Squeezy, which are very good items. We have a triple chest room for our devil room, which normally I wouldn't be thrilled about, but it's not like we have any red hearts to give up anyway. More Soul Hearts is very good. 2 troll bombs is not inspiring, but it's fine. Alright, so we are in a much better position than we were when we came onto that floor. Excuse me, my throat's a little bit dry because I've been talking non-stop. Like, seriously non-stop for a while. Why did I let that dude frickin' hit me? Is that... what? Oh, I'm stepping on the frickin' spikes. That's the problem. I was like, what am I hitting? It's my own familiar. How is he hurting me? It was the spikes, Ned. You were stepping on floor spikes. It's actually really good that we have the wafer. Because... yeah, fuck you. Because if we didn't, those spikes would have done a full heart of damage to us. Yeah, freaking Ian Kassane is in there being like, no, play the shell game. I don't want to. I'm gonna blow him up. Hot water and salt gargles. Well, it's not that bad. I'm not ill. Although that might be, like, general advice for improving the longevity of my voice, which, you know, not bad. Honestly, it just means that I need to, more consistently, probably every couple of rooms. No, I don't want the broken remote. Every couple of rooms I need to be quaffing from my big old mug of water. I was Skyping a little while ago with Big Country, and he remarked aghast at the size of my my drinking vessel. And thank you, Anonymous, assuming that is meant to be a comment. I am pretty ill at this game. There's no reason to go through that gauntlet of spikes. No thank you. Oh yeah. So apparently my skills have not atrophied that much. I actually don't know how... I think... I don't know. We'll know once we fight Mom's Heart. Where we stand in terms of our meta progression. Or no, we'll know once we fight Mom. What the stances is on our meta progression. If we have... if we've beaten Mom's Heart 12 times or not. Let's blow up all these fucking skulls, y'all. Although it occurs to me that I might actually have to end the stream before this run is over, which I hate to do, and under any other circumstances. Fuck your judgment. I probably should have given him some coins, but oh well. Strength is a good card. Because I do have my final online class meeting for the semester at 5:30. And I want to get all set up for that. So I'm not totally scrambling. So I will probably end the stream closer to like 5:20, 5:25-ish. Let me know. Sound off in chat how y'all have felt about... God, this is just a bad room to be in. How you've liked The Binding of Isaac, because if you're into it... Like, obviously, I've put... Let me check here. Just gonna show you the bones of the operation. I've put over 800 hours into this game. I'm a big fan of Isaac, clearly. Awful room. Let me know if you've enjoyed watching the stream of it. I mean, I know that y'all are generally supportive of the stream in general. We got one positive from Born Loser. Can we actually get to that bag, or am I imagining? Thanks. Where is this alleged bag? There's supposedly a sack of some kind in this room, but I am not seeing it. Oh yeah, I do not mind explaining Isaac in the least. Okay, so we're still getting normal items from beating Mom. Let's see if we can't... Head of Krampus again! Sweet! Let's see if we can't beat Mom's heart real quick. We have 10 minutes to do it. Do we think we can? Probably not, if I'm being honest, but let's see if we can't... that was dumb. I knew what kind of enemy he was, and I still stood directly in the way of his laser. Come on. Just poke your head out, you little dummy. Thank you. I'm getting positive responses from the chat in the on the Isaac stream question, and I agree with you, Born Loser, that it is a pretty strangely compelling game to play, and it's, like I said, it's a real nice change of pace for me. That I don't have to be, like, A, micromanaging something, and B, like, putting a lot of thought into kind of crafting up a meta-narrative. I guess meta-narrative isn't exactly the correct term, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't have to be crafting a story on top of gameplay. Like, I can just be like, there's a thing at the end of this room that means me harm, and I'm going to kill it before it can realize its goals. Which is nice. It's a lovely change of pace. But... in these remaining, like, 10 to 15 minutes I've got, let me see if I can't actually make that point that I was trying to about, Morrowind and its story, which is both, like, a cool thing that it does and also something that could, like, honestly trip me up a little bit when I first started playing it, because, from Born Loser, I think it's funny that, this game is my comfort food. It honestly... It's just, I think, now that I don't have to think as much about, like, individual decisions in the way that I once did. That was very good play. I just slipped straight between those spikes. Guppy's hairball at this point is probably not going to yield any kind of dividends, but I feel compelled to pick up Guppy items when I can. Well, I appreciate the praise, Born Loser. It's, I mean, like, when you look at folks... No, I'm not picking up the cursed eye. I don't think you can make me. When you look at people who really know what they're doing, like, I'm a big fan of Northern Lion. I know that, Big Country stands by, Sinvicta. Like, it's... Like, there's kind of I'd say 3 tiers to the game. There's sort of the people who would be, like, casual players or not familiar with the game, who are probably going to get tripped up pretty easily. Then there's people who kind of know what they're doing, which is going to be like folks like me in Big Country, people who can, you know, on a standard run with a normal character can get through, can get through and, you know, deal with Mom and Mom's Heart on most runs. On a good run, you know, we can take on, you know, the Lamb and Isaac. On a very good run, we can deal with Mega Satan, which is a fight I look forward to eventually having on stream at some point, since there seems to be such positive reaction to this. Fucking creep. Wait a minute. Ugh. I would have liked to have taken out both of them, but whatever. The Haunt took care of it for me. But then you have, like, the people who, like, really know what they're doing, who have, like, unlocked Godhead, which is an extraordinarily difficult item to unlock because it requires completing all the completion marks on hard mode with arguably one of the roughest characters in the game. I know that there's debate in the community between the Lost and the Keeper, but I don't know. They're both impossibly difficult characters. Folks, we have 10 more minutes. Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes if we're pushing it. Probably 10 more minutes, actually. It doesn't take that long to set up a frickin' Zoom meeting. Do we want to fight Satan? I think we want to fight Satan. Now watch me frickin' just, like, die immediately. Okay. Y'all, we just killed Mom's Heart for the 12th time, which means that from here on out, Mom's Heart will be replaced with the slightly more challenging boss, It Lives. And we will begin, by default, getting the option to go down to Sheol, which, for those of you who are interested, is the name for the Jewish afterlife in traditional Judaism, at least. It's the Hebrew afterlife, which is much closer to something like the Fields of Asphodel in Greek mythology than like a more Christian conception of heaven. And we will also, not for the first time, but we will also by default get access to the cathedral, which is a much more heavenly realm. Look up. Cool. Lovely jubbly. Oh god, these fucking laser beam motherfuckers. I'm down to 2 hearts of health, which is not great. Wafer is doing important work protecting me. Let me read comments real quick. You've been watching Northern Lion play chess recently. How is that? I feel like Northern Lion would be good at chess. He seems like the kind of guy who has a real analytical mind. Honestly reminds me of a lot of the better Magic the Gathering players I've known in my day. And we have an endorsement for going after Satan, which is, yeah. Honestly, Mom's Knife isn't necessarily like the ideal item for fighting Satan, but it'll be fine. We have Krampus's head. We'll fuck him up with that. Oh my gosh. This is a bad room and I hate it. Okay. Golly geez. I don't like this room. We have heart and... Oh. This is a bad room, you guys. I don't like it. Alright, let's run. God, this is challenging, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just be fucking smart about this. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We're at half a heart of health. Folks, I don't think we're making it to Satan. Yeah, I would imagine. Like, honestly, that... Oh, see, there you go. We just died. Okay, so we didn't beat Satan, but we did beat Mom's Heart. I should have just taken the frickin' golden chest and gone home, folks. That would have been a much better way to end the stream. But you know what? We beat Mom's Heart for the 12th time. We've unlocked more meta progression. It's fine. I didn't make my point about Morrowind. If coaxed, I will do so next time. Unrelated points are better made at the beginning of a run of Isaac, I think, than towards the end. That room, for no reason, incidentally, I want to point out that hallway that we were on was on a complete dead end. You know what we could have done, folks, if we really wanted to? We could have laid a bomb by the door and just blown our way out and hoped that there was nothing important on the other side of that room, which, incidentally, there wasn't. Oh, that's unfortunate. But you know what? It's a way to end the stream, to be sure. But next stream on Tuesday is probably going to be... it's probably going to be The Sims, unless some other inspiration strikes. But it'll be most likely getting back to the Scoop Legacy. This was fun, though. I enjoyed doing Isaac on stream. It's been a while since I've played Isaac for my YouTube channel, so it was fun. Good times. Let's get off this end screen, because, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. But I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but maybe not. But yeah, I'll be back Tuesday. There's a chance that in the next few coming weeks, there might be some additional streams in a given week, just because I'm on break and I don't have or I will be on break by then, and I won't have as much stuff cloying for my time. I don't know. It's up in the air, but I'll let the good people know. It was fun to have a rando in chat. That was nice, especially because they, were coming in with some genuinely good advice. But until next time, everyone, thank you all very much for watching. I am Ned Finn. Goodbye.